Well, hello, Lily and Danny. How are you?
Good.
Good.
We
I'm doing
love this
great.
vibe.
Oh, thank you. I love it too.
Oh yeah.
I enjoyed you guys in the film. And Lily, I don't know if anybody's ever told you, but has anyone ever told you that you bear, she's like, let me brace for it. You bear a really strong resemblance to Brittany Murphy.
You are the 8,000th person to say that. No,
Like, I really didn't need to hear that today.
I very much take it as a compliment.
Yeah.
I think she's
I've heard people
beautiful.
like make that reference several times, and every single time you take it as an amazing compliment.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
compliment, of
Yeah.
course. So
It's totally a compliment. And that's why I bring it up because I loved her. I thought she was amazingly gifted, especially with comedy. And I feel the exact same about you. But you have a little bit more going on than Brittany did because you are able to straddle a line that I never had an opportunity to see in her work because her career was cut so short. So having said that, and Danny, I just saw Top Gun yesterday. Good job, boo. Um, so having said that, this film, Look Both Ways, is about how in life you have to make a choice, right? Life is all about choices. You either have this choice or you have that choice. And as Natalie and Gabe, you guys had some serious choices to make. I know for me, I wanted to be an Olympic skater, but my knees weren't going to let that happen. So, having said that, what do you think your life would look like today if you had made a different career choice?
Well, it would look a hell of a lot different.
Yeah.
I mean, because I had balanced the idea of doing multiple different things in my life. I grew up like when I was in first grade, I said I wanted to be a dentist for the longest time. You know why? Because I wanted to wear a mask and gloves, and look at where we are in the world today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, weird. I don't know why I wanted to be. I was just like, I want to wear the glove. I don't know, weird kid. So wouldn't have been the right life for me. But I think
You
as
do
I
have own a lot of gloves. It's still somehow permeated into your wardrobe.
Uh-uh. Danny, why you calling Lily out? You ain't right. You calling Lily out. Just putting all her tea in the
More
street.
gloves than
How about you, Danny? What different career choice would you have made? You're not right. I'm just gonna act like you didn't say that. How
you.
about you?
Well, I think I think every time that I'd watch anything, I'd want to be whatever that was. So when I watched Too Fast, Too Furious, I was like, I'm gonna be a street racer. And when I was watched Boston Legal, I was like, I'm gonna be a lawyer. And when I watched Lie to Me, I'm like, I'm gonna be like a lie detector person. And so whatever that was, I think it
It's a
would.
good point. Like,
When I dive into something, I think I would have gone full tilt at it and like been in that field. Whether successful or not would be a different question, but I definitely would have dove into so many different possibilities, which is why I appreciate being an actor and a
because
storyteller.
you can play
And
whatever
do
you want.
everything, yeah.
Natalie was having a little bit of a depression moment going on. So I'm just wondering if either one of you have been in a situation where you suffered from that. And as an actor, because our lives are so like this,
Yeah.
how have you been able to navigate that? I'll start with Danny this time.
As an athlete prior, there's just like we always have. There's two deaths of an athlete: the moment that they hang up the cleats, and then obviously when they pass away. And but for me, like hanging up my cleats was a moment that I was like my identity felt like it had definitely shifted, and that time after that was like of just trying to regain like identity in the first place as to how I was in relation to the world was a big tough moment. And so I think that when I look back at that, I look at that as one of the times that I was probably the most depressed. And then coming out of that was then I think during like at NYU, like doing all these darker classical characters of just like while still building up the identity of like I went from that to then like now I'm an actor. And so just like with that spiral of stuff and being so young in the game, I think those are two really tough moments that I could see why, and it's just like my feet weren't nowhere to be found.
How about you, Lily?
I unfortunately deal with depression a lot in my life and anxiety, but I find honestly acting to be such a saving grace for me. I think that's why it worked out for me because it's the one thing in my life that has truly just brought such bliss for me and joy. I just get such joy from doing. I'm so fortunate to do what I love as a job. It's genuinely a pinch me moment that I'm able to sit here and talk about a film for work, and that I get to play characters. I play make believe for a living, and that's to me, it saves me and keeps me going, and just fills my heart to the fullest extent. So I'm very thankful for my job to lift me out of those moments. When I feel depressed or sad, I can immerse myself in work. When I do a lot of work on myself, therapy, all the things, but to have work to really fully sink my teeth into is a big saving grace for me.
Well, y'all gave me bliss watching you inhabit these two characters. They were so full and rounded and full of love and joy and realism. I enjoyed it so, so very much. And thank you so much for giving me a little bit of your time today. I appreciate you.
I
I
appreciate
appreciate
you
you.
too.